2 years now, the mantra's been take the pack. What's it like to now actually have that chance in front of you this week?
Yeah, it's we've obviously put a lot of work. The senior class, we really kind of deserve it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say we deserve it, but we came into this program where that was kind of the norm, is taking the pack and winning the Pac-12 and always being competitive in those games. And I think a lot of us felt like we let down those older guys and kind of the history of just Oregon football. So being back here is really what we're all here to do. Every single person on this football team's here to win a championship, and that's the Pac-12 championship has obviously been a big focus for us. So it's the biggest game of our lives.
Any concern after kind of building it up for 2 years that that it'll be overwhelming at all? That just the pressure might get the guys?
No, I think we've played in big games so far this year, and obviously we've stepped up to that. But at the same time, like, we got to focus on us. You know what I mean? And we got to focus on what we do in the practice fields and just use that. Because we practice the way we play, and we really focus on that. And the way we practiced today and yesterday, that's the way we're going to play, and we strongly believe that. And we strongly believe we put 2 good practices in, so that's given us a lot of motivation. So I don't think there's a single guy on this team who's doubting their ability to play well in this game. So just the way we practice.
You guys have had the offensive lineman of the week almost every week. They've had the defensive lineman of the week almost every week. It kind of sets up almost like week 1 Auburn, where the matchup everybody's looking at is there on the line again.
Yeah, phenomenal defensive front. Linebackers are phenomenal. Secondary's phenomenal. Everything about their defense is really, really good. They're top tier, elite program. I think this is the biggest challenge we're going to face, and I think we're excited for it. We're excited for the opportunity. And they're on film they really pop. They're physical. They rally to the ball. They're everything you want a defense to be. So I think that we're excited to really go up against them.
Those front four, it's not like there's an All-American on the left and then kind of some guy on the right you can take advantage of. It's kind of 4 guys who've all kind of been pretty highly honored and pretty highly decorated.
Yeah, four NFL players. That's how we see them. Every single one's a run stopper. Every single one's a pass rusher, and they all get after the passer. They're 320, 340-pound guys that still rush the passer. So that's really rare to see. And obviously they're run stoppers. They don't want you to run the ball, and they take a lot of pride in that. So you got to respect that. And I like watching their defense play. So it's really cool. It's going to be a really cool opportunity to go out there and compete against them.
Why do you like watching?
Why do I like watching play? Because if I was the defensive coordinator, that's kind of hard-nosed, physical football team. They plug up the A gaps, they rush the passers. The linebackers are hard-hitting dudes. It's just it's old school kind of the stuff that I grew up watching with, like the Ray Lewis kind of defense, that kind of stuff. So I respect that defense a lot.
I know each team is a little different, but the last 2 times you've played them, you've been able to put up 400 yards when most haven't. 17 it was majority on the ground. Last year it was majority through the air. Does that kind of give you guys confidence that even though they've put up numbers, you can move the ball against them? I
think they're a better defense than they've ever been, and I think that we're a different team as well. So I think every single year is a different opportunity and a different we have a different scale to judge ourselves on. But I hope we do well, and I think the way we practice, we do, and just hopefully it works out. We can't look at last year, because there's been games where we played well, like Arizona State. We played Arizona State well last year. I don't want to talk about the past, but obviously you know what I'm saying.
What's different then about this group that makes them so much better? Because they've always been good.
Yeah, I think you got 9 returning seniors or returning starters, so that's big time. Just experience. An experienced football team plays different, and the way that they've really developed, you can see that they're strong dudes. They work really hard in the off season, and it's gonna be a really physical game, and we're ready for that.
In the line room, is it almost a feel like Auburn? Like, hey, we know what this other team is going to be, one of the best in the nation, and we got to be there? Yeah,
and I think Utah doesn't try to trick you with anything, just like Auburn did. They come at you, they want to stop the run, they want to rush the passer, and it's good on good. I feel like they're physical, we're physical, and it's like who's going to give first. I feel like, and I think it's going to be it's probably going to be bad weather there. It's going to be rushing the ball on both sides, so it's our kind of ball. I think we really enjoy this kind of stuff, so we're excited.
You guys have faced, obviously, I'm sure it's a repeat question, but great D-line in Auburn. Brown was terrific. These guys and their whole D-line really. These guys are also very deep with Fotu and Penasini. What do you see from those guys that make them unique?
I guess like you said, they're SEC Auburn, like what I mean. They rush the passer really well for how big they are, and they plug up the A gaps. They play blowback techniques on the guards. They're 2-gapping guys. Their defensive ends really get after the passer with a Nay and number 42. They really get after it. So and their linebackers, they plug. It's an old school kind of defense, a downhill defense, and they really pride themselves on stopping the run. So
They had a couple of blitzes last year that gave you guys some trouble, in particular in those A gaps. So how much, even with different personnel, they're still schematically pretty similar, I'd imagine. So what are things that you do to try to correct?
It's just getting back in that tape from last year and really just looking at back what they've done to other teams this year that are similar to us, and just really getting with the running backs and getting everything in sync with that kind of stuff. So I think we've done a really good job this week of just really going over that, and we're excited. They do a lot of stuff. They blitz. They obviously want to get after Justin, I'm sure, and they've got after a lot of guys this year with blitzes, the linebackers, the safeties, everything. So it's a tough defense to really get the hang of.
What is it like when you see Panay blocking downfield in the way that he has this season? But I mean, even the first play of this last game where he's basically taking a guy to the third level and beyond.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. It's almost like a tight end. Like what is that, Kittle for the 49ers? How he's really good at blocking down the field, but he's Panay's 340 pounds, so it's obviously different, man. It's a freak. He's a big kid, man, and he loves playing football. So man, anything he does, he sells out. And you'll see against I guess there was a play against UW where he literally dove and made the play. So just stuff like that, man. Just the way he moves and the way he can move in space is really special.